I'm going to attempt to record removal of these side vents so we can get to the radio. I'm not sure how well I'll do on this first attempt, but we'll give it a try. All right, there's one. All right, now I moved over to the other seat, and I'll try it from this side. Get the other side. There it goes. All clips are intact. Really seems to take more force than you might think. Now that the vents are out, it's a little hard to see on the video, but there's 10 screws that need to be removed. Phillips head, 5 on each side. That's what I'm going to be doing next. I got the unit loose and I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to be installing a iSimple device. I'll give more detail on that here in a minute. And I'm also going to try to replace a light bulb that's burned out behind this knob. What I couldn't show you because I don't have a very good camera mount is I took out the 10 screws supporting the radio on both sides, and then you carefully from behind remove the antenna plug, the 3 Canon plugs for the radio. Up above there were 2 plugs behind the clock, and down below there were 2 plugs behind the temperature controller, and then obviously the unit you just slide all the way out. And I'm going to go and do some bench disassembly, try to fix that bulb that I was talking about. Alright, continuing with the stereo removal project and temperature control. I was having a problem with underneath the AC knob. The blue LEDs had stopped working, so subsequently I've disassembled this component, which is pretty straightforward and self-explanatory. Below those knobs is a circuit breaker, electronics board. And these are all surface mount LEDs, and what I did is I reflowed the solder on this particular one, where it apparently had had a cold solder joint, and it seems I just brought it out to the car and got it working again. So anyway, that's possible. That's what it looks like. I didn't videotape any of the disassembly of this, but it's pretty straightforward once you get the stereo out. The hard part was getting those vents out, which I did videotape. So, and then when I put the stereo back in, I'm going to put it doesn't have an aux jack, so I bought the I wish this camera would work a little better. bought the PXAUX. You can see that. Dual link, and then the Veracruz custom connector. So that will go in the back of the radio, and then the aux cable will go into that, so I can play my iPod. And additionally, I'm going to disconnect the center speaker, I think, of the stereo. Supposedly that might make it sound a little better. Anyway, more on that later. All right, I've prepped the iSimple PXAUX with the aux cable. The dip switches did not need to be adjusted, at least best I could tell from the instructions. The harness that comes with it plugs straight into the radio, and then there's the two female harness pieces that will mate up with the what's in the car. I routed the aux cable through this little drawer. Oops, set it on the. And I don't know how well that's going to work, but at least for now, that's what my plan is. So I just set my iPod right in there, and I didn't do any drilling. I just had to rethread it through the hinge. But let's see how that works. I'm going to have to take some of the cabling apart to get the radio unit back in and thread it through each of the respective holes in the car. And I'll get more on that here in a little bit. All right, when you have the radio out, you can push up from underneath where the radio sits, and you'll see these front two clips. It makes pushing this top grill out very easy once you get it started. You'll still need a pry tool to get the rest of the clips out, but getting the first two started is very helpful from where the radio sits. Once you get the radio out, there's two screws that hold in the speaker, and what I've done is I just pulled the speaker out and disconnected the factory plug from that speaker, and and the factory plug's just sitting right in here. Can be rehooked up anytime, but I'm gonna just leave the speaker in place, and I'll screw it back in and put the grill back in place. And I have now put that PXAUX system in with my iPhone, and got Rhapsody going, and I haven't reinstalled everything yet, but it sure seems to work well. I'm just playing some of the kids' songs that they have on their playlist. And I have it equalized and rocked, and it certainly seems to sound a little better with that center speaker turned off. But the XM is how you make the selects between aux 2, no audio, XM preview. I'm not subscribed to XM, and then so there's my 3 auxes, and I'm in there. Pretty happy with how it sounds. Like I said, I got the wire spread here. When I'm driving down the road, I'll just have my iPod with the charger or whatever, but there's my aux plug. Works great. Well, I got it all put back together. The grill's on with the speaker disconnected. My PXAUX, and this was an XM radio one, so it's a little bit misleading because it indicates that if it has integrated tuner, it won't work, but it works just fine. This one also has the rear entertainment system, so if you have any doubt whether it will work just fine. Again, when you first turn it on, comes up with XM preview, and you just tune it until you see it aux 1. And there's my aux cable coming from behind the dash through this little drawer thing, and there's my iPhone playing music, and it sounds great. Couldn't be happier. Hope this helps you.